Hey everyone, my name is Mr. DeLong. I'm going to be teaching chemistry and AP chemistry. I've got a few things I'd like to go over with you guys. If you ever need to contact me, here's my email address. So parents, that's going to be the best way to get a hold of me. I am going to be teaching, like I said, I'm going to be teaching one class of AP chemistry, and then the rest of my classes will all be chemistry, which will be pretty much the rest of the junior class. So just a couple things that you should know before you come to school on Tuesday. What are you going to need? Now, obviously a notebook, but that's going to be even more important this year because I'm pretty much going to be going paperless. So, any worksheets, any lab papers, anything that I would normally hand out will be put on Moodle. And so you're probably going to be required to write a lot of things down into your notebook. Also, the laptop is going to be really critical in here. Obviously, now the way I'm going to be teaching, I have to accommodate the people that are home, and who knows, what's going to happen throughout the year. But also the way my room is set up, I'm going to have people that are, I have one of the biggest rooms in the high school, and so I'm going to have people sitting way back in the back of the room. And so if you're back there, you're probably not going to be able to see the board up front. However, you will have your laptop, and everything I'll do, you should very easily be able to open up your laptop and follow along that way. So it's going to be really important that you have your laptops charged at all times. The other nice thing about my room is all the lab tables in the back have a number of power outlets. So if charging is ever an issue, it's really not an issue in this room. Another thing that I think is going to be really important for you to have in here is a pair of headphones, because I envision you guys doing a lot of different things where you may be watching a video or whatever on your laptop, and obviously we don't. That's going to be distracting if everybody has the volume up, so I think you're going to want a pair of headphones to use throughout the year. Also, I'm going to talk about the labs, and when we do a lab, we're going to have to split things up. And so you might be working on a lab in the back, and the other half of the class may be up front doing work. So another reason why you're going to want a pair of headphones. The other thing is, hopefully a lot of you have printers at home that also do scanning, but if not, that's okay. I know that you all have phones. So the reason for that is you'll likely be uploading lots of documents to turn into me on Moodle. So I mentioned Moodle already. Everything. So there's Sapphire, there's Teams, and there's Moodle. Those are the three primary sites. For me, everything is going to be put on Moodle. So students, parents, if you're ever looking for anything, always go to my Moodle page. If you want, before you get to school on Tuesday, you can go ahead and get into my Moodle pages and go ahead and enroll. And you can start looking around if you need to. But everything I'm going to do is going to be on Moodle. I'm going to post assignments. We're likely going to take quizzes and tests on Moodle. All documents, all worksheets, labs, all those things are going to be uploaded to Moodle. All right. Those of you, most of you know that I have one of the biggest rooms in the school, and because of that, I'm one of the few classrooms that can actually arrange the desks or the seating so that everybody's 6 feet apart. Now, the one big advantage to doing that is if we're all 6 feet apart, then we can have breaks, 10-minute breaks from wearing the masks. Okay, so again, I'm going to have people in the far back of the room, and it's going to seem like a disadvantage, but parents, I'll be sure that it's not. Again, everything that I do is going to be on the laptops and will be accessible for the students to see right in front of them where they're sitting. And also, I'm going to rotate the seating arrangements frequently, maybe weekly, bi-weekly, just so everybody is kind of cycling through the front and the back. I do a ton of labs in here, and I really don't want to turn this class into, I was really worried about not being able to do labs this year, but I got the okay from Mr. Callahan and Mr. Becker, and so we will still be able to practice social distancing and do labs. It's going to be extremely hard for me to manage, but I just can't teach chemistry without doing labs. So it's always been a big part of my class. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut the lab groups down into 2 students per group. And we're only going to be able to have half the class back doing a lab at a time. So when we do labs, half you'll be in the back doing a lab, and the other half will be up front doing, some sort of assignment or classwork. Again, that's why it's going to be really important to have a pair of headphones, because likely if people are in the back doing a lab, I'm going to have to be paying a lot of attention to what they're doing. And so you might be up front watching videos or, answering questions, whatever it might be. So I am going to still be able to do labs, probably not as many as I would have normally, but again, we're going to just have to make that work. Last thing is, I just want to talk about the teaching tools that I have. So again, this is why I don't want you to worry if you're sitting in the back of the room and you're really far away from the whiteboard up front, because it's not going to matter. Now, if you are up front, I probably will have things projected up onto the whiteboard. But again, if you're in the back, you're going to have a laptop and you'll be able to follow along just as well. Because I have a document camera. I know Mr. Yost in the middle school used a document camera, so a lot of you are probably familiar with that. But it allows me to write things on a piece of paper and then project it to the whiteboard or directly to the laptop. And then I also have a pen tablet, which I can just show you real quick. All right, so I can use this piece of software, and I have a pen tablet, and if we're going over problems or something like that, I can very easily just write. No, that's not what I want. All right, so I can very easily, write things out here, and you could be sitting in the back with your laptop open and easily be following along. So normally I don't put my PowerPoints up on Moodle, but I definitely will be this year. So there's not going to be note taking like there's been in the past. So that's pretty much all I can think of. If anybody has any questions, feel free to email me over the next couple days. That is pretty much all I've got. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your vacation.